We are here. It is qualifying time. It is time to see where these teams are going to line up, if these updates or upgrades, which we will be covering that later on. And let's go. Big shout out to Sylvia with Kelly. Big shout out to Leon Son, Mary Beanie in the chat. Big shout out to Miss Dino. Everybody pulling up. Dave's Quattro pulling up today for the qualifying and Austrian Incredible Facts Quest. And here we go. We are talking about coffee this morning, and it seems that Sylvia Witt Kelly has found herself a new latte macchiato, and Mary Beanie as well, making me a little bit envious that I cannot have coffee. I wish I could give me a taste. Maybe I'll stop by Starbucks. I don't know. No, I'm not Mr. Starbucks. Maybe I'll find somebody, a nice, good local coffee shop that can make me one of those, and I just get a small taste and then give the rest to somebody else. But it does seem tasty. It does sound tasty. And it probably is very warming. So is this ice? Is it cold or is it hot? Are you getting a latte? Is a macchiato? Is it hot or is it cold? I would believe a latte could be given either way, but it does sound good either way it goes. I'm going to make myself a mango smoothie after we get off of this live stream. That has worked well for me. But right now we are trying to see, is Lando Norris finally finding some type of confidence in himself to not only, I'm not really worried about him battling out Oscar Piastri. I'm really concerned about what he will do against Max Verstappen. That's where my focus is when it comes to Lando. And is his confidence within this car, maybe these updates or these changes in his car, have they more facilitated or leaned towards his way? So it's going to be interesting today. Got a little talk about Lance Stroll. I don't know why, but I don't think that's going to last much long at all. Anyway, we will see what Williams does. The last couple of racing events, Williams has kind of seemed to slide back a bit, not really liking that. But sometimes there comes a time where a team hits a wall and they're trying to break through. And it's not necessarily that they've developed worse. It's just that they haven't made as many steps forward as other teams around them during their development. And you know, in the Formula One, you can't stand still. You can't not develop, or else you're just going to get passed by and you're going to get left behind. So what was good one time is not good for the next few times. All right. So right now we're in Q1, and right at this point in time, Q1 means something, but it doesn't mean as much as Q2. And Q2 doesn't mean nearly as much as Q3. But in Q1, we're going to start getting some windows. And if it is your first time here, this red zone that you currently see the entire Mercedes and Red Bull racing team in, aside from Max Verstappen, that is a drop-off zone. And if these drivers do not improve enough and according to their time with their fellow competitors, they will be done for the day in Q1. They will have a Q1 exit, which I believe Lance Stroll holds the record for the most Q1 exits in Formula One history. And yeah, that's what happens. So you better be good. You better be on it. You better nail the lap. You better not get your times deleted, because sometimes a time deleted could be the best time you posted that could got you out of the red zone. So we'll see how this is going to go. F2 crash delayed us a bit. So big shout out. What's going on? Dreads popping in, Mimi popping in. All right, here we go. We got Ocon sitting at the top for a moment right here. Albon sitting at the top for a moment. Lance Stroll sitting at the top there. So we know that this is going to change. It's way too early in Q1 to even think that that's going to be something that's going to stand, especially when you got Hadjar in 20, you got Antonelli and Russell sitting back there. They're not even out there yet. You got Leclerc and Hamilton in 14 and 15, and you got the Papaya team and Max Verstappen in the back half of the 10. We know that this is not going to be the way this is going to land out. These guys have gotten out there, laid some times down, so they're going to get the feel-good moment, seeing their name at the top of the charts, and then eventually those names are going to topple over and fall right back to where their prospective places probably have been, unless some miraculous improvement has been made, which I doubt it. And we might be live again later on today to discuss some of those changes and just kind of give my feel on where I think it's going to be, especially as we compare the qualifying results to those updates and kind of give us a window view of if these teams have kind of made a stride forward or stagnant, or maybe they're getting left behind. So, yeah, there we go. We got Russell. He's going pit out. Finally, Antonelli's pit out. Looking to see Antonelli have a clean overall weekend. Hopefully no mechanical issues, no mishaps. Mercedes, again, like I had questioned at the beginning of the year, and not everybody, but a lot of people were trying to give me flack about, basically just hating on Mercedes since Lewis wasn't there. It does seem that Mercedes still does have a bit of trouble with the overheating issue, that this car does not necessarily like to compete in warmer climates, and that does seem to be the case. Cooler climates, they have been pretty well. When the temperatures rise, Mercedes tend to fall off. So evidently there's still something there that they need to work out. And if the temperatures rise here a bit more, we'll see how that's going to pan out. Now, it would seem that I did also do a video on Ferrari. I know they were bringing a new floor. I did some kind of analysis with them, and I didn't think that they would perform well here in Austria. So we will see if, I know they had the aero rakes and everything out. We'll see if this is a pretty substantial update for Ferrari. It's a pretty substantial change. And we got Max Verstappen going over to take the charts at a 1.5, one of the shortest circuits, if not the shortest. Lando getting that by 1.4. Now we're looking for Piastri. What is Piastri going to do? Antonelli comes out of the drop-off zone going up to 14th. Leclerc and Hamilton still not a completed lap right here as they're on a push. We're going to see where the Ferrari boys end up. Right now we got Sainz and Albon in the top 10 for Q1, and Leclerc slides over to 3. Hamilton has a few more segments left in his sector 3. We're going to see where he pops. Oscar Piastri will be coming up next. We're going to see where he lands. Is he going to split between Norris and Verstappen, or is he going to overtake that? And there goes Hamilton third over Leclerc. Here comes Piastri with his on the soft tires. We're going to see where he ends up. Piastri is not there. He's not even, I don't even think he's on a really push life. He doesn't make any change. Reyes Tsunoda over to 5th, while Sainz falls to 11th, and Albon down to 9th. There we go. Names do topple. Hadjar up to 4th place. You already know, hey, I'm not claiming him as my rookie. It's up to Sylvia Witt Kelly and a couple of other people, because I got Oscar Piastri, but Hadjar, I like him, and I would like him to be my rookie, but I'm not going to be stingy. But he goes over to 4th place, several spots up from Liam Lawson. And Hadjar, to me, has been having a pretty damn good season. Antonelli sensationally over into the 4th spot. Russell will be coming up next as he has a few more segments in this sector 3 to see where he's going to put his time. And Russell does not supersede Antonelli. He falls back behind Leclerc, and Hamilton is in the top 3 right now with Verstappen and Norris. If this was to be the case, this would be a pretty nice start of the race, but we know this is not going to stay like that. I do not trust that during a major floor update that Ferrari are going to be able to dial everything in they need to and be in the top 3. Now, if it does happen, that is going to be sensationally nice. That is going to be a very nice situation. But I just don't think that's likely. But it could happen, but I just don't think it's likely. Albon, we need Albon to come up. Like I said, Albon, Sainz, Team Williams have been having some issues. What's up, Uno in the live chat? Duchess Holland in the live chat. What's up? The fam is pulling up. Incredible Facts Quest with the green badge getting upgraded right there. Let's go. All right, so right here we got 8 minutes left. This time flies when you're having fun, and time is kind of flying in this Q1. So we're hoping we don't have any incidents, no wrecks, no off-track situations where barriers have to be fixed, nothing to prolong us, because we're already prolonged as it is about 15 minutes or so, 8 to 10 minutes actually, because of the F2 crash. So we're hoping that no red flags come out. Everybody can do what they need to do. Hopefully there's not an impeding situation that leads to a collision. But Alonso right there damn near loose, and that car getting a little squirrely on him right there. What I do like about this circuit is you do get penalized for breaking track limits. The track will penalize you here. Those rocks, the fruity pebbles, will have you getting all willy-nilly or maybe even spin out. So I do like this circuit because the circuit itself, aside from the stewards, will penalize you for breaking track limits. So I do like that about this circuit. And without really the big sausage curbs that nobody really liked, because that kind of started leaning toward a safety situation, right? So this is a little bit better. Or the grass, to me, I like the grass too. You get penalized. I like it when there are parameters within the circuit that can penalize drivers for breaching or breaking track limits. I like it. I think it's cool. I think that's something that they should implement at more circuits. Right here, we got the Papaya team finally joined together. Colapinto up to 12th right there with the Alpine team. Lawson in 11th. We got a 1 and 2 right there. Pia Norris does seem to have a bit more confidence in this circuit, and that's not something that's uncommon for him. Verstappen slides down to 3. Hamilton is down to 4th. I think Ferrari's going to kind of end up about where we think. Now, they might end up a spot up because Mercedes might have a little less performance due to temperature. Bug Dollars Puto, my favorite track, but I wonder about the skid plate in this track. Okay, I'm willing to bet there will be a violation or a disqualification. And you know what? You might not be wrong, Bug Dollars. Why? They got a new floor. Since the last time he got disqualified, they had to raise the level of the car, the height of the car, losing performance. Now they have a new floor, probably getting a little froggy, drop down into that performance level for the ride height. This track actually does have quite a bit of plank wear on those curbs, especially coming out into that final turn when you're going to hit that straight, I believe. And you could lose a lot of material there to the point where maybe, yeah, there could be an infraction. There could be a penalty. There could be something looked into. And we already went over new penalty point guidelines. You know, fortunately, some for Max after he commits his breach. But right now we got Paul in the super chat, and Paul says, "What's good, fam? Hoping to see my rookie Antonelli do well today. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Smash the like button because it's free and it doesn't cost you a thing." Big thanks to the bro, always checking in. Big thanks to Buck Dollars Pro. Hey, and I'm going to tell you like this. I think right now we're already going with 5 minutes in. It's time to go ahead and start our poll. See what you all think about who will be out in Q1. Let's see who we got. Let's see who I'm going to put up here. I think we'll go along with, let's look at this chart, big and in charge. I think, you know what? I think it's very safe to put Stroll in. Unfortunately, we can go with some Bearman action as a surprise, a semi-surprise. Maybe, just maybe, Austin. And then for the final driver that I'm going to put in there, I'm going to go pencil and see. All right, chat. There we go. Poll in the chat. Vote on it. Don't dance on it. If you dance on it, try to get you $1. Try to get some money for your time. What driver do you think will be out in Q1? What driver do you think is more likely to be out in Q1? It's probably a better way to phrase that question. We still got the Papaya team sitting at the top of the charts in Q1. We still got Max Verstappen in 3 and Lewis Hamilton in 4, and Albon is still holding on to the top 5 position. And I am really hoping that Albon does and is able to hold on to that position. Honestly, I would completely like him to hold on to that. I would completely like to see Williams kind of get back to the momentum that they had, which they haven't had it, like I said, in a couple of races. It would be good to see 2 Williams cars again make it into the top 10. All right, that is what. Oh, we got the Samad show in the live chat, the Leon son in the live chat. Yo, how's that baby doing, Samad? How's that baby doing, man? How are you doing as a father with your queen and as a family that you're building? Big shout out to Samaj popping in to check in with the fam, man. Yo, hey, they've already mentioned we don't have GP this weekend. So Max Verstappen does not have his longtime joined race engineer. So we're going to see. I don't think that's going to play an unnecessarily big part. One situation, one event, especially at a circuit Max Verstappen is very fond of, a circuit where he's been pretty dominant. I don't think we're going to see a real lack of situations there. It's not like there's an abundant amount of communication between Max and GP to the point where somebody else is going to come in and just say, I think he just pretty much needs to give Max the basic information that Max asked for and pretty much don't say anything else that doesn't need to be said, and they'll be fine. It's not going to be a situation like Hamilton and Dummy, as we call him, a dummy. It's not going to be a situation like that. And we're also still going to have that on the board to pay attention to this weekend, as there's already been a bit of a flustering of lack of communication when they were, I think it was FP2 maybe, with the radio transmissions, and also drivers Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc a bit, maybe, I'm not going to say unhappy right now. I'm just going to say there were some radio messages there that if you were going to be concerned, you could possibly be concerned about this weekend. But what's really going to show us is right now, what is going to happen now. We know that Hamilton has been doing a lot of testing, a lot of input, a lot of development. And we do know that Hamilton likes to try to get the bearings all lined up. He likes to try to get everything understood. He likes to try to get as much knowledge as he can gain, as much input. It's kind of like he's going to backload it, right? The very first part of his stint with Ferrari, you should have known it wasn't going to be miraculously great. A lot of people were hoping for that, and that just was, I think that was very naive, or are you just very irresponsible of you to just think that it was going to come in and just be an 8-time world champion win a season. That would be lovely, but you got a lot to do and a lot to take in. So right now we're going to see, after this major floor update, I'm really more interested to see what happens in the next couple of racing events. After they get some real in-race, in-track around cars, heat, aerodynamics, all that stuff changing, get all that information, send it back to the factory, dissect that information, and then see how they make the tweaks to then see how this floor comes alive. So I'm really looking to see what happens in the next couple of events, all right? This event right here to me is kind of a watch. This is where we got it on. Let's get as much information we can. If we do good, great. If we do decent, cool. If we do bad, it's not something that should be completely surprising with a complete floor update as what they've come with. So we'll see how that goes. We still got a front row lockout right now with the Prix team. We got Lawson and the Racing Bulls over in 3, Max Verstappen in 4th. We did see Lawson out-qualify Max Verstappen before at a time. So it's not a surprise he pops in. He's still not the more dominant driver in the Racing Bulls, as Hadjar clearly has that title right now. But it will be good to see him get some of his confidence back in a car and in a place where he should have been to begin with. Now we're going to be paying attention to Yuki. Yuki, definitely, we're still looking to see how that's going to go for him. He's 17th. I do expect at some point in time, if Yuki because we saw what Yuki could do with the Racing Bulls, and we're seeing what Liam Lawson can do. At some point in time, there's gonna come the assumption of there's foul play there. Paul in the super chat says, how many track limits this weekend? Now that is a good question, because we had a shit ton of track limits before last time we were here. Track limits was the hot topic. That is a good one. That's a good one to poll. We might poll that one. Right now, the clock is 0. Q1 is about to end. The flag is about to drop on that. And we got a lot of mixing around. Hamilton is in 7. Leclerc's back in 11. Verstappen's in 6. And George Russell, we also know, did a little bit better performing here, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen this time around. He's in 11th. Antonelli is in 10th. Right now, leading that team. Albon is in 9th. So the top 10 where I like Williams. Sainz is all the way back in 19, though. And that is pretty damn surprising to me. For Sainz to be that far off, 10 spots off of Albon, is a bit surprising to me. I would not have expected that. Yuki is far off, his partner as well. Looks like I did not see Sainz and Yuki Tsunoda going out in Q1, but it looks like we're going to be absolutely correct about Lance Stroll. So we're going to end that. Liam Lawson is not out in Q1, as 50, how many people? 47% of you all said Lawson would be out in Q1, and he is in the top 3. Stroll is out in Q1, and he had 33% votes. Behrman makes it into Q2 by his hiney cheeks. He is in 14th. And Colapinto, who I had on there. Look at Colapinto. Well, he just barely made it fucking out of there. So completely right about Lance Stroll was the only driver that we put in there. So 33% of you, good job on that vote. He is out of there. Surprising, Yuki is out. Sainz is out. And Stroll, those are the two surprises to me. Yuki and Sainz out in Q1. That is surprising. I probably wouldn't have. I could have made that list 3 or 4 times, and I wouldn't have put Yuki or Sainz in there at all. So that is pretty surprising. Damn. So Albon, I'm looking to see if we're going to have some crazy radio messages from Albon. Mary Beanie says, I remember Wolfpack Channel had no badges. I can't believe I'm at 34 months fam member, but if Lewis is not in 1.2 or 3, then I am putting them in Squid Game. Oh, 1, 2, or 3. I'm like, what the hell is the 1.2 going to be, Mary Beanie? You trying to give him some points on that first place, ain't you? You're putting them in Squid Games if Lewis Hamilton's not in the top 3? That's hard. Squid Games, they might not make it back from that shit. Squid Games is out. Big shout out to Mary Beanie. Let's go. These times, let's take a look at these. Let's take a look at the separation between these 2/10 from the gap of the leader right there from Norris. Norris seems like he's going to be pretty nice here. Now, the real test is going to come in the race. I don't want to see the papaya cars take each other out. This is a moment where I'm going to hope that Piastri's fine. This is a moment I'm going to hope Lando Norris doesn't do the dumb shit he did in Canada. Okay? Because he almost took 2 McLaren cars out. I'm hoping that Lando Norris doesn't do anything dumb, anything rash. If Oscar Piastri has you, then he has you. Let it go. Let it go. Follow through. Try to make it up in another section where you might not have to risk 2 papaya cars going out. Lando Norris did something very dumb in Canada, and it could have really risked the entire team. So hopefully he doesn't do that. And I would like to see you take some chances like that against Max Verstappen. I don't see you do that shit against Max Verstappen. Matter of fact, speaking about Max, he's in 6. And speaking about that, Paul in the Super Chat says 0.6 in the top 15 is tight. It is tight. It is very tight. Hadjar is in the top 5. Gasly's in the top 5. Lawson in the papaya team, Max Verstappen, Hamilton, and Leclerc are outside of that. So, not impressed yet with the Ferrari situation. Not impressed yet. If we do see this gap between Lewis and Leclerc, that could tell us a couple of things. It could tell us that the development, like Juan Montoya said, needs to lean more towards your championship driver. And maybe that floor, maybe these changes, Lewis is feeling a bit more comfortable here. As it sits with Leclerc, we're going to see what his ability to adapt is with the team he's been with. I don't think it'll take him long to adapt. We could possibly see him evolve within these qualifying sessions, honestly, and then even in the race. So the chart has been reestablished. The new drop-off zone has been reestablished. You got Stroll, Ocon, Yuki, Sainz, and Hulk out in Q1. If the drop-off zone that you see right now as far as the driver rankings was to stay the same, it would be Russell, Leclerc, Alonso, Behrman, and Colapinto out in Q2. That likely will not happen. There will be some changes there. There are a couple of drivers that may remain in that drop-off zone, and we will do another poll to see who you all think will be dropped off. I cannot stand to hear this on the radio. They got to get rid of this Darvinet. This dude, oh my gosh. He is absolutely horrible. It is torture to listen to him talk. It's horrible. It's horrible to listen to him talk. It is just verbally, audibly, it is torture. I'm telling you, Will Buxton, wish he was back and this guy was out. And the more excited he gets, the worse it gets. It is just annoying. Smash the like button if Darvinet is annoying to you on the audio. Good gosh almighty. It's just the worst. I don't know why they keep putting him on week in and week out. It's not a good thing. You know, the NFL decided that they wanted to try to ban the tush push because it wasn't good for TV. He's not good for TV. He's not good for TV. His voice is horrible for TV. The worst. All right, chat. So we're going to get this in. Duno in the super chat says, Austria seems to exclude track limits just for Max. Hey, there seems be a lot of things that exclude Max from situations. Let's wait to implement the rules and the guideline change for penalty points. That's a little coincidence. That might be a stretch, but yeah, you are right about that. Indeed. It for sure does seem there's a lot of favoritism. There's a lot of looking the other way when Max Verstappen has some infringements and some things that happen on track. That's just something that is a shared opinion amongst many. So yeah, let's see what's going on. We got the clock started. Track is clear. We're hoping for no red flags. We do not want a situation here where we have to be prolonged any more than we are. Big shout out to Darth popping in the live chat. Big shout out. What's going on? So yes, we are here. Antonelli Russell are going to have to really push to get out of there. I do not think at all that Bortoleto is going to stay right there in the top 10. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I really firmly think that Mercedes, with these two talented drivers and a nice talented rookie in Antonelli, that they should be able to manage or find a way to get into the top 10. However, temperatures are a factor. Right now, we're at 47.1 Celsius on track temp and 28 Celsius on air temp. Winds are 4.7 kilometers an hour due southwest. Track temps do matter here. Mercedes will have to get this fixed, all right? They will need to get this problem solved to see what is causing their car to lose performance in such a way that when the temperatures change, there is a drastic correlation in their performance on track. They need to figure that out. So we need to get into that right now. Starting it off, coming out in Q2, we got Hamilton, Albon, and Leclerc at the top. We do expect when those papaya cars come out, they will reclaim those top two areas. We are looking to see if when Ferrari went into the garage, Lewis Hamilton and Charles, if they made the right adjustments. They can make whatever adjustments they want. They need to make the right adjustments. They need to make adjustments that are going to inch this car forward, not backwards, and definitely not complacent. We don't want any of that. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this turns out. Albon is the last lone driver right here for Williams that can keep them in it. I don't want to see him go out Q2. Charles is going to overtake Lewis Hamilton right there with a 1.5. We already know we saw the papaya car lay down a 1.4, so that time is not going to do well if that's all you're going to have. But in perspective, it could do well to put them maybe 4 or 5. I think I see them there. I think where we're seeing Mercedes, unless Russell and Antonelli come out in Q2 and have a more increased performance, I think we see by default Ferrari kind of land 4 or 5, maybe 3-5 or something like that. So that's what I'm realistically looking for. Right now, we got them both at the top. Albon sitting in third, Papaya 4 and 5, still in the pits. Lawson still in the pits. Gasly still in the pits. So yeah, there's going to be some definitely some change in here. Definitely should be some shifting. Hadjar, I'm looking to see him stay in commanding order where he is, hoping that doesn't go bad. All right, so all these cars in the pits, they're waiting. I think at some point in time, when you see the performance you have there, you don't necessarily come out as early, especially if you notice that wind changed. It went from 4.7 to 9 kilometers an hour. That's a shift. That's 5 digits of a shift in wind and now due south. That affects your car. In and out of some of these turns, that will affect you. That will impact you. So that is something that definitely will need to be area of focus. They are chilling right now. It's 10 minutes and they're still not out. 10 minutes and they're still not out. They're pretty confident to do that. I'll tell you that. There's got to be some confidence there if you're going to stay in there like that. Ten minutes to go. I think we're gonna start our poll for the who do you think is out in Q2 shortly. We're gonna start the poll for that shortly. So I guess let's start at about 8 minutes. Give some people some time. We got Phoenix Black in the super chat. What's up, Phoenix Black in the super chat says, hit the damn like button. What's good, Wolfpack fam? Hope all is enjoying their weekend so far. Big shout out to Phoenix Black, man. Let's go. Big ups. All right, we're under 10 minutes, 9 minutes and 20 some odd seconds. Hadjar is in 6th. Gasly is in 5th. Gasly has had these peekaboo performances, right? He's had these moments that show us that at least him as a driver with Alpine can achieve some decent things. He's had these performances, these peekaboo performances. If he actually finishes and qualifies in that range, even in the top 10, I think that's a pretty good moment for Gasly. Leclerc is at the top of the charts while Lewis Hamilton is in third and Hadjar is in good company. Right there, Lim Lawson to the top with a 1.52. We do know that time will not stand against the papaya cars. We will look to see them overtake that very viciously and very fast. Without a doubt. We're looking to see they're going to take that. All right, so currently the fastest, we got Hadjar up there. We got Hamilton fourth. We're looking for the papaya cars to make some type of change here. Let's see how this is going to go. Oh, man. Man, talk about grass fires and every damn thing else. That shit had me pissed off right there. I tell you what, the most unexpected things happen when you don't expect them, but you got to be able to adjust and move and be pissed off about it, but keep moving forward. We got a red flag. Time's been held. Glad we didn't miss much at all while that was happening, besides for Max Verstappen complain about the car being undrivable. I'm just telling you, at some point in time, people got to start holding Max Verstappen accountable for being a fucking crybaby. Like, where is it going? The car is undrivable. The car is undrivable. The car is undrivable. Okay. All right, Max. The car is undrivable. The car is undrivable. All right, Max. I guess if it's not perfect, he can't drive it. I guess if it's not the most dominant, he can't really win. Sounds like to me, you're not as good as most people sold you out to be. I mean, damn. It's never Max. It's just always the car. It's never Max Verstappen. It's never I just can't get it down with this car, or I can't get the continuity. It's always the engineers, the mechanics. It's always the car. It's always something. It's never, you never hear Max say it's me. I just couldn't get that. I couldn't make that happen. It's never Max. Oh my gosh, this is going to be absolutely funny. It's going to be absolutely funny. It's crazy. It's all right, Sylvia Wick. Right. It's undrivable, but then put a good time out. It's Max, Max caps so bad it's not even funny. He's the most confident, non-confident person I know. If he thinks I gotta make an excuse. I gotta put something on the radio if I can't get this top time that's gonna be able for somebody to lay it to the feet of the excuse, lay it to the feet of the mechanics, lay it to the feet of the engineers. And stop this shit, man. It's bad character. It's bad character. And it gets annoying. What's up, Baraka in the live chat? What's popping? It is crazy. It's crazy, man. There's nothing wrong with saying that something's wrong with the car, but is it all the time just the car? Because I know when Lewis and Charles talk, it's the car sometimes, but sometimes they say it's me. Sometimes it's something that I couldn't do. It's never Max Verstappen. Come on, man. And we clearly, there's going to be people in here again talking about, oh, he's driving a tractor. Max is not driving a tractor. Max is not in an undrivable car. If anything, it's undrivable to anybody else that's in the car. It's undrivable for Yuki. It's undrivable for Albon. It's undrivable for Gasly. Barely drivable or just drivable for Perez. Undrivable for Lawson. Like, let's stop this, man. Let's stop this. Y'all biting too much about this shit when Max do this, man. No, it's not saying that Max Verstappen can't be experiencing some difficulties with the car. What I am saying is not all the damn time. Not all the damn time is it the car. And with Max, all the time, it's the car, the mechanic, or the engineers. He never takes blame. He never takes responsibility for anything, even when we know it's his responsibility. He didn't even take responsibility for doing what he did with Russell. What are we talking about? Get out of here, man. Get out of here. It's not him to take responsibility. He doesn't take responsibility. That's the problem. That's the problem. Come on now. Be for real about that. We're still stuck at 5 minutes and 42 seconds. I mean, I'm just annoying when people don't take responsibility for something that is clearly obviously their responsibility. That is annoying to me. When people clearly know you should probably apologize and you don't apologize, but you just keep making excuses for what you did to somebody, what you should apologize for, that's annoying to me. It pisses me off, really. It really pisses me off. Come on, like, cut that out. Cut that out. Hey, just the other day, I had to apologize for my wife. Why? It wasn't my intentions. I didn't know that she took something that way. But sometimes you're not, what your intentions are is not necessarily how that person took it. And how that person took it is a bit more important than what your intentions were. That's just the way life goes. Max Verstappen hasn't learned that lesson yet. He hasn't learned that lesson. Just saying. You got a wife and you got a daughter, Max. You might need to learn that lesson. There's going to be some times where you're going to have to stand up strong and be like, you know what? You're out. You're done. You don't know how to appreciate shit. I guess what? You're going to go without, and we're going to see how you like that. But there's going to be some time, Max, where you got to say, you know what? Let me dial back. But Max is not. Evidently, Max can't do that. Max can't do that, evidently. It's always the car. It's always the engineers. It's always the mechanics. It's always the wind. It's always the track. It's always something else besides for Max. That's what I'm saying. That's where good character and integrity comes in. That's what I'm saying. We got a grass fire. It looks like they're going to get ready to get that out. We still are on the red flag at 5 minutes and 42 seconds. Incredible facts question. The super chat says, but F1 and the FIA have enabled this. Facts, they have. And while we're talking about that, let's look at our viewer rankings. Let's look at our viewer rankings real quick to see who is in our top viewer rankings. Let's look at that. As we look at viewer rankings, we will see that viewer rankings right now has Incredible Facts Quest in first place with 300 XP points. And we got Uno in second place with 225 points. We got Dino 88, not Miss Dino. We got Dino 88 in third place with 175 points. Big shout out to that. In the top 5 is still Mary Beanie and Dave's Quattro. Big shout out, Incredible Facts Quest, Uno, and Dino 88 right there on the podium as it sits right now for the viewer ratings. Big shout out to you all. All right, so we're looking at it. We're waiting. Still seems like we're going to get ready to get this thing popping and locking, get on board, get everything sorted out, all sorted out, all kinds of things going down, getting together. We're going to get this qualifying session right back on board. Looking for these drivers to go ahead and get it in as we're coming down to the final minute here in the qualifying session. So let's see who's going to make who happen. And I was hoping for us not to have a red flag under the situation, but we had one anyway. So we got a delay off the F2 situation. We had a delay off the grass fire, which the grass fire happened a lot. I think it was in Japan. We were getting a lot of grass fires because of that titanium that sits on the bottom of those skid plates. And it just sparks up the grass, especially if it's in dry conditions. You're going to have that. Right now, we're just about to be in the under 2 minutes time. We got Ferrari third, 3 and 4th. We got the Papaya car still with a front row lockout led by Lando Norris still at this point in time. Lando is leading the Papaya team in that area, still showing that he's more confident to push that car at this circuit. So it looks like Lando could be in for a pretty good race weekend. But like I said, it's still going to depend on what happens in the race, because I think I'm going to trust Piastri a bit more in race form than I am Lando Norris in race form, especially if Max Verstappen gets in the fold. But right now he's in 6th. And right now I think we're already talking about Max Verstappen winning again. Max Verstappen winning again here in Austria, which he has been very dominant. And we'll see what happens this weekend. Looks like Lando Norris might be the guy for it. Looks like Piastri might be the guy for it. Bortoleto in 4th place is crazy. That is crazy work. Bortoleto, what the hell? Kick Sauber. Ooh, Antonelli losing a little bit on that corner. Hey, we got Phoenix Black in the super chat, says no love for the 75ers, huh, Jay? Laugh out, just playing, bro. Don't tase me. Don't tase me. Hey, man, you know I got some love for you, bro. You know I got some love for you. Oh, he said no love for the 75ers, huh? Oh, man, here we go. It looks like we're looking at Mercedes out of here. Mercedes might be out of here, y'all. Okay, we got Antonelli over to the 8th, so Antonelli might be safe. Russell the top 5. Okay, Russ. We got Ferrari out of the top 5, looking to close some times out right here, trying to see where they might end up. We got the Papaya team at the top, still with a 1.5, with a 1.4 right there. Best time bet right there. We got 0.1 off of the leader. This is going to be in a race. Leclerc goes up to 3rd spot right there. Leclerc up to 3rd. Max Verstappen in 4th. We got the Leon son in the super chat. Doesn't matter what Lando do because Pia is 20 plus. I'm trusting in Pia too. I'm trusting in Pia too. Bortoleto is, I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy to see Bortoleto in the top 5 in the Q2 session. I am surprised in that. Gasly and Bortoleto are a big surprise right here. They are going to make it into Q3. That's wild. Let's see how this is going to turn out. Damn, yo. This is wild. Hajar, I need you to come up out of there, brother. Hajar, I need Hajar up out of there. The Hajar, man. Hajar's out in Q2. Behrman's out Q2. Damn. Antonelli and Russell. Mercedes make it through like I had thought that they would make it. Nice gap between Hamilton and Leclerc right there, 3 and 8, but make it into Q3 to try to settle this out with Bortoleto and Gasly. That is crazy to me. Congratulations to him, though, making it into Q3. 083 in the super chat says, hi, I'm Lando Norris. I'm a human door for Max Verstappen. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. But hey, I told y'all several times before, the only way I trust Lando around Max Verstappen if he's not around Max Verstappen. It's the only way I trust Lando. If he's not around Max Verstappen. If Max Verstappen is in front or behind Lando, Max Verstappen is still in the front of Lando. I just don't trust him to compete against Max with a clear, strong head game. It has to be somebody else. Max gets around and he just falls apart like putty. Just what I've observed. Just what I observed. Mercedes making it through into Q3. Hopefully they can work some things out. I think we got to poll this, man. I got to poll this. This is a crazy situation to see Bortoleto. I'm glad to see him there, but it's just crazy to see him there. And Gasly there, it's not as surprising as Bortoleto, but still a nice surprise. I got to poll this. Yeah, we gotta poll this. Because if this doesn't happen, yo, these gentlemen are in to get some very good points for their team this weekend if they can literally make that be their performance baseline throughout the race tomorrow. So here we go right here. Does Gasly and Bortoleto fall to 9th and 10th in Q3? What do you think? Got a yellow flag going on right now. There's crazy. We're looking at this Gabriel Bortoleto lap as well. Bortoleto number 5 to be in 5. I like it. Number match right there for Bortoleto. A number match in position on the chart for Bortoleto right now. This is something that's definitely got to be a surprise to even himself. I'm surprised no other drivers tried what Jack Doohan did, with just leave the DRS open full through the turn. I got to give bro credit for trying some video game shit out there on track, though. If it had worked, it would have been crazy sweet. Nobody's going to forget that. That's going to be something that will stick probably forever. That was a crazy attempt, but I give him points for trying it, though. I do. This makes me excited to see. This makes me excited to see what Bortoleto can do with a good car and a good team. I'm just telling you, he's an F2 champion. I think he's a good driver. I got to see him with a good car. This team and this car do not deserve Bortoleto. I'm going to tell you like that. I really want to see him, what he can achieve with a good car and a good team. And hopefully Audi is that when they come into Formula One. Hopefully Audi's entry into Formula One is better than Kick Sauber, every damn thing else that they've been while they've been in Formula One. If they're better than that, then we get to see Bortoleto have better race weekends. And that is something that I'm on board for sure. 83% of you all said yes, that Bortoleto and Gasly in Q3 fall to 9th and 10th. I'm inclined to think that is likely the case too, honestly. I'm inclined to think that is likely the case too. Yo, these times, man, we are looking. I'm hoping that this Q3 shootout is nice. So right there, drivers out in Q2. We got Alonso gone, Albon gone, Hadjar gone. I'm unpleased with that. Hadjar has been doing a good job. I wish he wasn't out in Q2. Colapinto gone and Behrman gone. So all of Haas is out. All of Aston Martin is out. All right, all of Williams is out. They are gone out of there. And we do have a new established area. There is no more drop-off zone. There is the top 10, and we are going to see who is going to win that. And also, by the way, we do have some good comments going on. We got some good communication and good conversations going on in the live chat right here. As you see, Darth and Uno are pretty active right now in the live chat. Dread's getting in there about Max complaining, the Leon son getting in there. But let's go ahead and see who is on the top rankings right now. And right now, as we are going into Q3, is Incredible Facts Quest. 083 sneaks in to take that spot away and pushes Uno down to third and Dino out of the top 3 altogether. So right now, as we are going into Q3 qualifying session, we got Incredible Facts Quest leading, 083 second, and Patrick in third. Who is going to take the pole position for the viewers live chat? Who is going to be in pole position for the viewers live chat? That is what we're going to see. Right now, it is a tight race. We got 50 points separating the number 1 and number 2 position. We got 25 points separating the number 2 and number 3 position. All right, 75 points total gap from first to third. We got to see who's going to be more active in the live chat, who's going to be doing the super chat, and who's going to be in pole position by time the end of the checker flag comes in Q3. Right now, we got our own qualifying session going on right now in the viewers chat. All right, there we go. So let's get it in, chat. Let's get it in. Next up, we got a new established area right here. We got the Papaya cars with a potential front row lockout. Papaya with a potential front row lockout. We will see how that's going to pan out. And we want to see if Leclerc or Hamilton are going to be a mix in there. Is it possible that we'll have a Ferrari in the top 3? Is that possible? Is that possible that we literally get a Ferrari in the top 3? Just saying. That's something that we're looking at possibly happen. And that is Miss Dino. That is Miss Dino. Miss Dino, they cut your name short in there. Miss Dino is actually there, was in the top fan spot, got pushed out, now is in third. Miss Dino is in third now for the third position as we are qualifying in our own live chat. We have our viewers qualifying ranking going on right now. Credible Facts Quest is still leading. 083 sneaks in the second spot. Miss Dino currently in third for this qualifying session as we get in here. Big shout out to Miss Dino getting it in, making that happen. Yeah, we're going to see how this is going to go. Lando Norris is going to have to make something happen. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to have to make something happen. Going to have to get your life together, Lando. You're going to have to pray to the F1 Jesus. Pia's going to be on you, bro. Pia's going to push you. I think Pia's kind of going to walk it in. I don't think Pia's going to do anything unnecessarily horrible. I think he's going to kind of walk it in. And I think Pia is going to make his move in the race. Of course, he wants to get a good qualifying time. Of course, he wants pole position. But I don't think he's going to risk trying to get a violation. I don't think he's going to try to risk wrecking the car. I think that Pia probably feels confident that in race format, I'm probably will be able to beat Norris out in the race. And I'm more confident about that. But it does seem Norris is pumping in some laps that are going pretty well here. We got the clock started, 10 minutes and 20 seconds. We got a super chat right here. Paul in the super chat says, smash the like, y'all. Q3, let's go. Big shout out to Paul in the super chat right there, my brother right there. Let's see who's still leading right here. Credible Facts Quest is still leading right now as we're going into the qualifying session. Dino 225, 0 250. We're going to see how that's going to pan out as we end Q3. We will take another look at this graphic to see what viewer, what fan, what Wolfpack fam is actually going to be leading this chart. Right here, you can see not even in the top 10 right there. We got Jungle Brothers in the top 10. We got Kevin 9th. We got Dave's Quattro 8th. We got Mary Beanie 7th. We got Sylvia Wick 6th. We got Leon Son 5th. And Pat Uno is 4th. Dino 3rd. 083 2nd. And Incredible Facts leading everybody by pole position, provisional pole position right now. When the clock drops to 0, we will take another look at this fan viewership chart, and we will see who is going to be the top viewer in this pole position when the end of the time comes. All right, we're going in. We're going to get this in. We're about time for us to pay attention to the track because we got these drivers going for it. We're about to have pit out right now, and it is 8 minutes and 50-something seconds left on this clock for drivers to prove where their packing order is going to be. Are we going to see a front row lockout from all of McLaren? Will we see a little bit of mix in there? Can Leclerc or Hamilton can manage to squeeze in between the papaya cars and cause a little bit of rift? Is Max Verstappen going to lay down one of those hot laps he typically can lay down in an undrivable car and make that happen? Is Bortoleto going to show Kimi Antonelli that he is not the only rookie out here with the juice? I'm going to take a lesser car, a worser team, and I'm going to go ahead and grab up me in the top 3 spot right there. Not pole position, but could Bortoleto possibly lay down something so crazy that he's in the top 3? That shit is going to be wild if that happens. Wild, absolutely wild. So wild, I don't think it's going to happen. But if it did happen, that would be the story of if Bortoleto gets into the top 3 in a Sauber car, Max winning his race is not going to even be bigger news than that. That's going to be talked about because that's going to pump his stock. That is going to pump his stock because then people are going to really wonder like, yo, what is this dude going to be with a good car? That's just letting you know. Right here, we got Lando right now, top, Pia top, Gasly in 3rd, Antonelli in 4th. Leclerc is down to 5th. Max Verstappen kicks up to 3rd. Does not manage to take over any of the top positions right here. 3rd has been his ceiling. That has been his best. Bortoleto now down to 7th. Leclerc going back up to 3rd, kicking Max Verstappen back down into that 4th spot. Bortoleto taking his 5th spot back over right there as we got Antonelli and Russell, and Gasly going to the top with a 1.5.6. I see you, Gas. I see you get Antonelli. Let's go. Antonelli taking up a top position right there. We got a lot of shift. We got a lot of play. We got a lot of motion, chat. Piastri back up to the top with a 1.4. With a 1.4. Let's go. We got Lando Norris getting ready to lay down his last, and Lando takes it back over with a 1.42, 3/10 over Piastri. It's a pretty good amount of time right there between two drivers in the same car, same development of cars. Damn. Yo, they are railing that turn. They are killing that turn right there. I think it's turn 8. Turn 8 to 10, they are killing those. Verstappen up to 3rd again, Antonelli to 4th, Gasly to 5th, Bortoleto is 7th, that's still 9th or 10th. Leclerc splits the papaya cars in 2nd. He splits the papaya in 2nd. Let's go. Let's go. Uno with the super chat says, if Yuki whined a lot like Max, he'll get told off. Uno, you ain't lying about that, bro. The Leon says Pia might make a mix of quali and race setup. I agree with that. Incredible Facts Quest said we need Lewis Hamilton in the top 5 at least, and he is right now. He is in the top 5 Incredible Facts Quest. He is 4th, while Leclerc is 2nd. Big shout out. Paul says smash it like y'all. Q3, let's go. Yo, we getting it in right now, chat. We are getting it in. We are getting it in. Yo, we got 5 minutes left on this clock. Lewis Hamilton at 4th. We got a mix of Ferrari and Papaya in the top 5 with Lewis Hamilton in 4th and Russell in 5th. That could be a very nice race setup. That could be a very nice race setup. We got Max Verstappen between Antonelli and Russell. Shit could get spicy. If that stays like it is, Russell in front of Max Verstappen, be ready for some fireworks, ladies and gentlemen, because Russell knows I got more penalty points to play with, Max. That could get spicy and dicey. I'm loving the way that's going to look. Absolutely loving it. Oh, man, 4 minutes, 4:42. Yo, can anybody in the chat tell me General Motors made an Oldsmobile Cutlass 442? What did 442 stand for? Was it the size of the block? Was it the horsepower of the engine? Was it the configuration? What did 442 stand for? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. See if somebody's got some General Motors as we got GM coming into the Formula One next season, 2026. Just let me know if that's the horsepower rankings, the engine size. Let me know what that is. Right now. Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, let me put this poll up. Let's see who else. I think, it ain't. I think we got to put the Ferrari. I think it's a Ferrari McLaren situation. Who you got for poll, Chad? Who you got for poll? Norris, Pia, Leclerc, Hamilton. Those are the options. We got Paul in the super chat says 400, 4-barrel, 2-speed. Hey, what's that 400 stand for, my brother? What's the 400 stand for? Look at you, bro. Look at you with your blazer over there. Big shout out as we sit with 3 minutes on the clock. With 3 minutes on the clock as we sit, the viewer ranking right now is with a surprising catch-up. Uno up to 2nd. The Leon son sneaks into 3rd. We got a massive 450 points by Incredible Facts Quest. Taking it by command. Can Uno manage to close that gap in under 3 minutes? Will the Leon son manage to close that gap and take over a surprising pole position for the viewership by making it happen? We got our own race on our own hands by the fans by the viewers and by the Wolfpack fam in the live chat. Incredible Vax Quest is holding on to this pole position with a commanding 450 points, while Uno is trying to close that gap with 375 points. And the Leon Sun pushes 083 and Miss Dino out of that third spot with 275 points. Woo! Things are getting dicey, folks. Things are getting dicey in the chat. In the live chat, there's a race going on right there, and it's getting dicey. We got 1 minute and 56 seconds for us to see who's going to grab this pole position. Is it going to be Pia? Is it going to be Lando? Is it going to be Charles? Is it going to be Hamilton? I don't know. We're going to see what happens, though. We are going to see what happens. The Leon Sun with a super chat. The Black Phoenix with a super chat says, soccer football formation, laugh out loud. Yo, Phoenix, you tripping. Hey, the Leon Sun says in the super chat, if this position stays the same, Lewis can get a podium finish. Russell can make Max dine in. Russell can make Max dine in hell 300 style. Kimi is the best rookie. Bro, you killed that. You killed that. Yo, Paul in the super chat says 400 CL, 4-barrel carb, 2-speed transmission. Actually, it was a 4-speed, 4-barrel dual exhaust is what it was. It was a 4-speed transmission, 4-barrel carb, and dual exhaust. Good job, though, Paul. You on it, though, brother. You on it, though. Good job, brother. Yo, somebody knew. He knew. Paul know his GM stuff. Let's go, chat. Next up, let's get it. We got less than a minute on, and we're going to go ahead and keep our own viewership up right now. We got to keep our own lead up right now to see who's going to keep taking this over. Oh, my gosh. The Leon Sun in less than a minute. 525 points to get into pole position, while Incredible Facts Quest with 450. Yo, they fighting this shit out in the chat. They're fighting it out. 375 for Uno. Yo, we got our own fight going on right now in the live chat. While they got their own fight going on right now on track, Lando Norris right now is in provisional pole position. Leclerc's in second and Pia's in third, while Hamilton is still holding on to fourth. How is this going to close out? There's about to be less than 5 seconds on the clock, 3 seconds on the clock, 2 seconds on the clock, 0 time on the clock. They are on their last final pushes, and we're going to see who's going to close out in our pole position. As the checker flag drops, all times are in. We will see who will grab pole position in the fan live chat, man. This is going to be funny as shit. This is tight. I did not see that coming. The Leon Sun got crazy with it. Miss Dino says, listen, Linda. Oh my gosh. Big shout out. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, who's grabbing this? That is it. Russell's in fifth. Norris still has it. Ooh, Norris came through that turn 10. Crazy. Yeah. Yeah, Lando Norris got it. He's feeling good. He's feeling good. Leclerc pops it in there. Let's see who finally closed out our own chart. It looks like Lando has pole position. Leclerc's in second. Pia's in third, and Hamilton's in fourth. That is a major improvement. I don't know if this is just going to be track related. I don't know if this is going to be circuit specific, but that is a major improvement right there. For Ferrari to be in the top 5, 2 and 4, splitting the papaya cars, that's some improvement for Ferrari. That's some improvement. Now, we got to see if that's going to last. But as it sits right now, we got Incredible Facts Quest in the super chat says, I'm trying to watch the race. I'm trying to listen to the stream. I'm trying to play the division. Let's go. Man, you multitasking right there, brother. Uno in the super chat says, if Norris gets pole, he better hope his boyfriend don't. You ain't lying. Let's see who closed it out for us in pole position as it went for the viewer rankings. And right here, Incredible Facts Quest was not going to let it go. Incredible Facts Quest gets 700 up. Leon Sun 525 with a tie, but edging out. Yo, Gasly just spun out. At the end of the lap, Gasly spins the hell out because he goes off track and pays the price in the pebbles. Patrick, Uno, my brother, twin, 525, but gets edged out by the Leon Sun, closing out our qualifying session right there. Incredible Facts Quest was just too strong today with 700 points right there. Leon Sun, 525, tied with Uno there. And Miss Dino in 4th position as 083 falls to 5th. Mary Beanie's in 6th. Sylvia Wick Kelly's in 7th. Dreads is in 8th. Mimi's in 9th. And Dave's Quattro closes out the top 10 right there. There it is, chat. There goes our top 10 as Formula One has their top 10. We also have our own qualifying session in the live chat. Get active, get your super chats up, have a good time with us right there. And that is the qualifying session. Lando taking pole position, Leclerc in 2nd, Pia in 3rd, and Hamilton in 4th. What will happen for race day is what we're going to see. That will be even more interesting, just as this qualifying sessions have been interesting, period. Now it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with these 3 DRS runs, shortest track, less turns. Who's going to edge this out in the race? Do we see Pia make a strong comeback in race form, take it over and win another race? Is Lando Norris going to win a race, boost his confidence? Or is it possible? Is it possible? Ferrari is on podium with 2 Ferrari cars. That could be crazy. Max Verstappen in 7th. Max Verstappen is in 7th. Unfortunately, Sylvia Wick Kelly having 7th position in our qualifying equals there with Max Verstappen. I know she doesn't want that. I know she doesn't want that. Doesn't want it at all. But it did happen. All right, chat. That is it for us today. We are watching on tomorrow. We will be live again today. We will be in the Wolves Den tomorrow, post the race, to see what we're all going to talk about. Be on the lookout for that link. We might be live again today talking about some other things that might develop. Big shout out to everybody pulling up. Big shout out to the top 10 in the viewership qualifying session for us today. That was fun. We will do this again. Peace and love. Y'all stay safe. Drink water. Be healthy. We are out of here. Mary Beanie in the super chat. Mary Beanie in the super chat. Lawson beating Max. Laugh out loud. Spin cam going crazy. Mary Beanie, I didn't forget about you. I saw you right there. I saw you. And with that being said, we're out. The Leon Sun crazy spinning all out on track as well. I see you there. Let me make sure I give you your props for your super chat. Spinning out on track for sure on Gasly. And the Leon says, I am driving a tractor to pole position. I'm driving a tractor to pole position. Big shout out to y'all, man. Y'all rap. Y'all rock.